Alright guys, Titleist AP2 forged tungsten 7/16 irons. Let's review them. Let's give you some numbers on them. Let's get stuck in. Right guys, Titleist AP2 7/16. We've got a forged head with tungsten weights in the heel and the toe. I think 25% more than the previous model in 7/16. So they're really trying to kind of jack up the MOI on this club while trying to keep it in a what they call tour proven look, and these clubs are in lots of good players' bags because of those looks as well as those performance. So you get a medium sole, medium top line, nice short blade lengths, next to no offset. AP2 is a gorgeous looking club, which I mean it does just appeal to a wide range of golfers, from tour pros down to amateurs of any standard, as long as you can hit the ball in certain places on the face, because they do have a more friendly version in their AP1. So they've shaped the tungsten to get it as low down into the heel and toe, they're saying, as more than the last model, to try and improve MOI. You get a little cavity back on it. It's a good looking club. It's got this pre-worn sole. Titleist do go on about turf interaction and leading edges because it's a real popular, I think, subject with good players. For me, it kind of means nothing, to be honest, but they've got this pre-worn sole to help with turf interaction. It's not something I am losing sleep over or have ever really thought about. What I like about this club is it looks good, and at the same time I think it's going to offer quite a bit of friendliness in what it's trying to deliver. I've got the 4-iron, and we're also going to take a look at the hybrid as well, because they've realigned the hybrid launch with the irons, which will upset some, because that last hybrid's only been out a year, but I kind of makes sense to me, because you should be buying your hybrids in conjunction really with your irons, in my opinion. Let's give the 6-iron a hit. It's a lovely sound. It's quite a true sound, not very clippy off the face, you know, quite that kind of forged, nice, what people would think of as soft sound. Looks great by the ball. I mean, you can't look at AP2 and not think that just looks like a very nice looking golf club, while at the same time offering enough beef down by the ball without it looking chunky to make you feel like you're going to get helped when you do mishit it. And I can mishit it. That one nicely. It's a nice flight, it's easy to launch. I do feel like I could do nearly anything with that ball flight, from get it high to keep it down, where some of them more bladed options I just don't feel I can get it up in the air at all, even though they'll be marketed as more user friendly or kind of more gameable, you know, like you can shape the shots more. I totally don't agree with that statement on those kind of contrasting irons, certainly not for me. So let's have the 4-iron hit, and we'll have a look at the hybrid as well. So the 4-iron, again, next to no offset. It's bigger than their smaller ones, but this one you still need to be striking it okay-ish to get something out of this. It does look very nice. I'm just not going to be gaming this too much. Got hit that nicely though, and that has got up in the air, you know, pretty nicely considering it's 4-iron. I did hit that right out the middle. I think anything not out the middle with this kind of club, you are going to see a few drop-offs in ball speed, even though the marketing says they're trying to help keep the ball speeds constant across the face. It's only within reason, but those tungsten weights are going to help you in that department more than if they weren't. Now I'm going to hit one more with the 4-iron, so I'm a little bit shocked at how good I hit that last 4-iron. Again, hit that quite nicely. I was expecting to hit that one, not as well. Take that, but that's 2 shots. I wouldn't be buying on those 2 shots. Let's take a look at the hybrid as well, because like I said, they've aligned with the irons. AP2 7/16, I'm liking that. Right, so I've got the H2, which is the slightly smaller headed one. Still get the channel in the bottom. You get a changeable neck for lofts as well. A little bit of offset on this one, because they've got 2, one for players who want to hit on the way down more, and one who are sweepers with the offset or not, which is what Titleist is saying. Grey top to black face, which does look nice. Let's hit it, because this is definitely something I would be replacing my 4-iron for, because I have a lot more success with hitting greens around that 200-yard point with a hybrid. 23 degrees is exactly what I use. I mean, it's a very different flight. You've got to remember on a hybrid as well, you've got roll and bulge a little bit, so you've got basically the face curves to help with off-centre hits as well. You know, I just don't see, apart from maybe cost or ego, why more players aren't using hybrids instead of long irons. I just don't understand it. It's transformed my 180 to 200 yardage around. I'm going to hit one more with this. It does feel nice. I mean, there's no competition on a 4-iron to hybrid for me, and we're going to show you some data as well which will back that up. Looks good. Liking AP2. I've always liked AP2. They're really going for it on the MOI with those tungsten weights, but let's have a look at the numbers and see if we see any difference. Right, AP2, so 6-iron go 166, topping out 168. That's okay for my 6-iron. I like to get my 6-iron into the 170s, which I got close to there, but I will use a different kind of lofted club often for that. 4-iron going 180, so again, that's a little short for me. I'd want my 4-iron kind of 180 up to 200 if I can, kind of 185, 189 up to 200 is where I'm looking. 5/7 spin on the 6-iron, which is all healthy, so you're getting a good amount of spin, which is going to stop at the other end. So many clubs sacrifice that for their distance drive. AP2, being that little bit more classic, is not going to sacrifice that. It knows their players are going to want to try and stop the ball the other end. Now look at the hybrid. It's peaking height at 35 yards compared to 29 of the 4-iron. It's maxing out at 198, so you can see why I'm going to go for my hybrid, my H2 or H1 I actually prefer, than the 4-iron of the AP2, and that's why Titleist are realigning, and that kind of makes sense to me. Any iron sets I used to sell, I haven't sold iron sets for years, always would have been talking about top of the bag, so 5-iron, 4-iron, 3-iron, what hybrid do you want? So many people want to bag the hybrids or kind of think about buying the hybrids with drivers, and that kind of doesn't make any sense to me. Matching them into your irons does. Post comments down below, AP2, love it or hate it, is it one you will try? I'd love to hear post comments as always. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for loads more videos. Find me on Instagram at Crossfield Mark, also on Twitter at 4golfonline. Find me on Facebook, Mark Crossfield. Thanks for watching, post comments as always, and see you soon.